3 months later, Dynasty Warriors 4 came out. I really do have a lot of nostalgia with this one, because this would be the first one I saved up for and purchased with my own money, and with that fact alone, I could be able to play this as much as I was able to without the worry of returning it, which was a huge plus in my book. Funny enough, this will also be the game that encouraged me to purchase the Romance of the Three Kingdoms novel. Bit of a difficult read, but I read it a few times. These little notes that you see here would be me marking for playable characters' introductions or deaths. I don't know, man, having the image of some of these playable characters in my head as I read, that was an interesting experience.
Imagination is powerful, but yours is weak.
You know what? Thank you. That means a lot to me, Anne.
One does not take a sarcasm lightly, but you embrace it fully.
I sure do.
This game would also be the one to establish new looks and costumes for all previous playable characters in each new installment. Kinda cool to associate a look to a game, though not all looks are as good as past installments. 3 new characters were added to the roster, being Yuri Ying, So Tai, and Sao Ren. Or Calren, because this series yet to have a proper pronunciation of characters' names. Dynasty Warriors 4 for most people is considered the GOAT or best one in the series most times, or even tied to Dynasty Warriors 5. And honestly, I can't deny a lot of these claims. This game did so much new stuff, but it did change a lot of things as well. There's a lot more cutscenes added to this game, not to mention the amount of stages. In fact, as you play a character through a Musou campaign, you can do various stages in whatever order. However, doing this can trigger a tail or additional stages during your run, changing the course of said campaign. There are various stage flow charts out there to help get you all the tails and A and B scenarios. Lots of replay value here. They even allow you to destroy archer towers so you can kill these bastards instead of relying on arrow shots. However, because Omega Force likes to change things in literally every installment in this long-running series, the weapons for characters now don't drop, but instead level up through an experience system based on what officers you kill, or if you juggle items, so it replaces the attack point system for Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends. The weapon level up from 1 to 9, changing appearance and gaining additional attacks and damage. The 4th appearance, aka 4th weapon, aka level 10, still requires you to play on harder difficulties, completing objectives on a set stage for the set character. But with the condition they have to have a level 9 weapon to attain it, the requirements have been met. Then afterwards are changed and come with all its passives. The new weapon system isn't too bad. Honestly, it was a pain to try to obtain decent weapons through drops, but now it's just set to the characters killing officers. Just means all those drops will be items, which is good because this game introduces orbs, basically the element attacks like ice, fire, etc. with various levels, as well as no longer tied to your final weapon. Any element can be equipped. In fact, the element isn't just tied to charge 6 anymore, but any charge attacks. Several character charge attacks have been modified to just for this. Even now you can jump in the air and perform a charge down, aka smash move to the ground. It's fantastic.
But with other things come limitations.
Yeah, I was just about to get to that.
Your suffering will be legendary and pleasing to me.
Are you talking about the item limits?
That's what I mean.
So like the last game where you can have 5 items equipped, in this one you have a dedicated saddle, okay that's good, a orb slot, okay that's good, but now when it comes to items, all characters now have an equipable item limit, starting at 1 to 3 and capping at 4 to 6 depending on the character. As you earn points and rank it, the respective character item limit increases. It's sort of okay, but sucks especially in the last game having access to all the characters' item slots off the get-go, and this one you have to earn them and some can only equip one at the start. It's kind of hard. The items themselves have been changed to a level system, so the higher the level, the stronger the item is when it drops. Guess it was hard to read plus stats in the last game, but this game does have a lot of improvements as well, with the speed boots being added as a battlefield item to decrease max speed for 30 seconds. KO enemies when knocked away may instantly drop items before they fade away. Gate captains no longer drop shield stat boosts but meat buns, which kinda sucks, but hey, when defeated, the gate captains become yours for spawning soldiers and peons. And the said can be said about the enemy. God, I hated the Nomin campaign, especially if you're the leader. No way in hell you're keeping the gate captains on that one. There's even a new announced feature using R3, it can stun or break an officer's guard. Yeah, I never used this. It's not even worth it because half the time you're being smacked or hit by attacks before it can go off. The voice acting is a huge improvement over the last, which yay, but man, sad because we would never get those Dynasty Warriors 3 golden moments of
feel the power of my magic!
Once in a lifetime encounter, gone like yesterday's tomorrow.
Yeah, they will be missed. But hey, this game did include, you know, something that I and everybody else loves.
You mean?
Go ahead, say it.
It's time to do.
To this day, I still don't know where that music comes from.
Like she said, this game introduces duels, basically a chance encounter intro played with a small gauge counting down if you accept transporting you both into a private arena to settle it. Quite a few fights can be won much easier in duels. How many of us accepted Lu Bu's duel thinking that? Dear God, he is so much harder in a duel and will always insert Musou when it's full. Speaking of Lu Bu, this one. In this game, it's definitely hardest thanks to the game giving certain officers and story segments hyper mode, a state where they have a fuzzy aura with orange lightning akin to having a full Musouary gauge. Long story short, all their stats are multiplied heavily, including power, armor, and Lu Bu has that shit even on normal and easy. Let's not forget the redoing of several charge moves. Mostly the charge 1 is unique to all characters, but some like Gan Ning and Lu Bu have grapples that work on guarding, so it's an instant break and they'll smack you a few times. It's the rarest feature in this game to have you blocking. Lu Bu just stabs and smacks you several times for slam dunking you to oblivion, and more often than not it's instantly half health gone or instant kill depending on stats. This is why, and still to this day, they say this Lu Bu is the hardest one, and all the foolish times I press X thinking to skip an intro only to accidentally trigger the duel with him. Good God, you're probably wondering, well, surely you have bodyguards, right? And yes, I do, but that's back to another feature Omega Force change. You still create your bodyguard unit and whatnot, but gone is the item and weapons you contain for them. Okay, so now you only change weapons for battle to one of several, but as you level up with the right weapons, there's a chance to make a unique one that has elements attacks like orbs or equipped, which is nice, and of course you can share the same guard unit among several different characters. And if you're playing 2-player as well, even better, each get their own unit to equip. But never mind the bodyguard system now, that's old news because this game was the first to introduce Create a Warrior, aka Ka, and it's not great. You only have a few looks to choose from and several weapon move sets, including the removed characters Fu Si's big sword and Nuwal's rapier and sword. Sex locked, by the way. Still, it's a fun feature in this game to be able to create 4 different characters. Even better, their weapons level up to 9 and has, that's right, set it to hard, choose the stage, and complete the requirements to unlock their level 10 weapon. At least they give us this, but I'll be honest, I wish I was able to choose one of the other 43-ish characters as my moveset and weapon for my created character. Oh well, guess you can say it's at least for the most part a starting point. And no, I don't care about challenge mode. There is no point still to even play it.
Many will hate. You will be on arrest, I am sure.
Oh, there's probably a few who touched that mode. I really didn't. I was all for the battles and whatnot.
OST is good.
Man, you're right. The soundtrack is bussin'. Besides a few remixes of songs, several new ones were composed for this installment, including Eve, one of my favorite songs. Overall, I can say it was great to replay this one and even go on record. Yeah, I maxed all characters and gained all weapons and items at one point with this one. Granted, God, some of those weapons were a pain to earn. This one though, removed some features. All the stuff they added make this one's experience more enjoyable than the last, and it was hopefully going to get better, right? That is to say, if Dynasty Warriors 3 did it, then there is a chance Dynasty Warriors 4 will get its own extreme version down the road.